I don't know if there is anybody on the chat. We are in Ashbury. We just got here, so Karin is right now checking into the hotel, and it's like much more high security here than it is in London or Leeds. Here they need your passport and check your passport number and double check everything. It's like all of Al-Qaeda stayed in this hotel before us. But yeah, hopefully Karin will be ready soon. I don't see any chat activities, so we might not have been... Ah, there you are. So we are a little bit out of schedule because it's hard to keep track of time zones when you also have to keep track of trains and buses. Apparently the bus that drove us here will not be back until Monday. So I hope there is Uber or something similar around here. It's a really nice area, but it's very much out in the boondocks by basically any definition. Let me see. I see some activity. Yeah, it's not her, so I don't know how many more security checks she has to go through before she gets the hotel room. I'm very confused with a Norwegian traveling with an American. I usually sneak off camera to smoke, but I'm not in Viking clothes and not in Norway, so I don't really see a major issue. So Karin is here for the textile course. Maybe some of the people in the chat are here for the same course, I don't know, just got here. Neolithic fiber crafts. I read half the messages on chat. That is, I get time to read half of them before they disappear. So I'm confused and Karin can deal with it as soon as she is done, which is hopefully very soon. It seems like we are losing light quickly now. It was quite bright when we left what's its place. But yeah, we'll see. Hopefully she is done any minute. This area is not quite as flat as I expected it to be, but by Norwegian definitions it's still pretty flat. It's kind of like Vestby, where Karin used to live in Norway. We're only here for one night, so we have to come up with some other living arrangements for tomorrow. But we are off season, so finding rooms shouldn't be that difficult. Yes, they're driving on the wrong side here. So we have been here for a few days. We had one night in London, then we traveled on to Leeds, then we had 2 nights in Leeds, and now we are here. So I got to see the Royal Armoury for the first time in 26 years, and it's still the best museum I know about. And free admissions, I didn't know they had that, or I forgot about it. But it competes with anything that costs money. This is a complicated check-in procedure. They even have a passport scanner for some reason. But the hotel looks nice. I'm trying not to catch normal people in the shot. I don't know how Karin does this because I have no idea what the chat is saying. Here she is. Wait.
You have to... Hi! We're in room 5. No. 2. Anyway, your job is to carry all the shit upstairs.
I'll get it.
My job is to catch up on chat. It's so pretty out here, though. This is way better than the last city we're in. Did you tell him that?
I have even forgotten what the place was called.
Swindon.
Yeah, Swindon.
Swindon. I'm pretty sure we arrived in... Well, let's just say that the bus stop is not always in the pretty part of town. It was definitely a working class neighborhood.
I strongly suspect that's what Swindon looks like.
Yeah.
Because the train station was in the same part of town and I didn't see any other parts of town. So.
No. So you have dumped everything at the base of the stairs. Apparently somewhere up those steps is room number 2. That's ours.
Uh-huh.
Do you think you can carry it all? We're going to go for a walk. So you get to do all that and then you can come back down. Make sure you take the keys with you, though.
Of course.
Okay. Then I'll fix this and we'll see what they said on chat. Hello! Made it. This is... Okay. This is the Rose and Crown. Rose and Crown, and
You still have my passport?
I put it away. Yep. If you're not happy with Rose and Crown and you want to eat somewhere else or stay somewhere else, you're fucked. No, it's quite cute though. I'll show you. Look at this way though. It's better. So we're in Ashbury, which is in Oxfordshire, which is just outside of Swindon. We arrived in London on Tuesday, rather last-minutely. Thank you for the tip about the ETA or ETA pass or visa, because I needed one. Carl did not. He's okay until the 2nd of April. I see this thing needs to jerk a minute. Hang on, see if I can reset the gimbal. It's kind of going weird. Nah, fuck it, it'll be fine. Okay. Anyway, I actually needed one as an American. I needed one. As Norwegian, he's got until the 2nd of April. And then I go through, but because I'm coming through Norway, they didn't give a rat's ass if I had one or not. But the important thing is I had one in case England decided they didn't want to let me in the country with it. It was supposed to take 3 business days to get it sorted, but they managed to get it sorted in 40 minutes on a Saturday, which was kind of interesting. So that was good. This is the little hotel we're staying in. It's so cute. I will catch up and chat. Then we arrived in London. Well, we had to go on Tuesday because the Norwegian, oh, this is so cute here. The Norwegian passport office wasn't open on Monday, so we had to wait until Tuesday to pick up Carl's passport. Then we went straight to Bergen. Got to the airport around 12:30, and we were told Yeah, there was one plane out of the 7 I think that I knew of. Only one plane was going directly from Bergen to London at that time. I think they were all other ones were before 12. So we had to wait there until I want to say it was 7 o'clock, 7:30 or so at night, and then we were able to catch a flight. That got us, of course, here at around 8 o'clock because there's a 1 hour time difference as well as a 2 hour flight. And then I think it's like a 30-minute, 20-minute train ride from Gatwick to downtown London, and then everything else is piss easy underground. We can walk down a little bit. And that got us to our hotel just a minute or two after 10 o'clock, which is in Tottenham Court. We wanted to go stay there because there's a really nice Warhammer gaming shop nearby, and some Forbidden Planet, which is a really great store if you want manga for your kids. I love how trimmed this hedge is. It's like a wall. And when we got there, all the restaurants were, of course, closed, so we were able to dine on nothing but posh British Burger King food. It was actually pretty good. At that time of day, Burger King is great. Look how cute. They're just cute little cottages out here. So this is low. It's better than Swindon. But like I said, I think we were in the not in a very good district of Swindon. Everything was being under construction. No, so then the next day, we went and did our shopping, got all done by 11 o'clock. Then we hopped a train to Leeds, arrived there. Actually, when they say everything is with walking distance or a great place to walk, is downtown Leeds or down Leeds city center. They're not wrong. That was actually quite good. Everything we needed, we could see quite a bit. So because we were there earlier, I thought we went and checked out for one of the top 10 restaurants in Leeds, and we found one called the Oxford or Oxbow. I think it was Oxbow. Holy crap, that was good. It was expensive as hell, 1,000 kroner later. Which is, I think, it was nearly 200 pounds though, and about 189 pounds. That's including the tip that's automatically added to your receipt, by the way, which is good because we had no idea. We looked it up and saw that we had to tip anyway, but we had to do the math. We didn't have to do the math. It was all figured in. And then the food was flipping amazing. I looked up at the screen. This is such a cute little farm here. Yeah, it's a lot, but oh my God, I did not realize it either until I see on the board that all the food there is locally sourced. And it has a Michelin star. I've never eaten at a Michelin star restaurant before, and it was really good. I even saw they had baked Alaska on the menu, which is kind of one of the things that made me decide we should go and try this place. But when the thing on the TripAdvisor says 2 to 3 pound signs, I think that would have been a bit close. I wonder what the 4 pound sign thing would have been, but holy crap. It was a lot, but it was so good. So we decided to have some fun with the menu. I'm just babbling on. I'm assuming the curtains that are moving in that window up there is probably Carl. I'm guessing that's our room. Or somebody doesn't like that I'm filming him. So we can walk up that little road and see what's over there. Carl had grilled sardines because he had never heard of grilled sardines before. So the Norwegian was quite happy. But to me, it just kind of tasted like a really small grilled fish. But it was good. And had a blood orange with it. And some other little sauces and things. And then I had pig's tails. I've never had fried pig's tails before. By the way, they're good. And I wasn't aware there was that much bone in the tail. So look, it's Billy's cottage. That's so cute. So I had curled pig. They're really good. It kind of reminded me of the crackling on svineribbe, the Norwegian food for Christmas. It's like a short rack of ribs anyway. Church Lane. Then I had, let's see, we both got sirloin steak, which was really good. It was medium rare. Apparently the kind of thing you were supposed to put together on your own menu was to add you needed to add your sides. And the lady's like, but you didn't add a side. It really is just going to be the meat on the plate unless you put like sides with it. And I said, no, that was intentional because couldn't help but notice you had baked Alaska on your menu. So we wanted that for dessert. Right. If I had a side, we would not have had room for baked Alaska. And I have not had baked Alaska since a cruise ship to Hawaii about 20 years ago. Cool paintings in there. This is inside our little dining area. There's people dining in So I can go up and take a look later. Hi. Let's see. Then we went back to our hotel. Everything was wonderfully in walking distance. We went to the Royal Armouries the next day. Carl was happy camper. Speaking of happy camper, there he is. The signal looks a little patchy. You're pixelating. Okay, then we'll stay away from there. Is it getting any better as I move away from the building?
Are you on their Wi-Fi?
I'm on there. I was on their Wi-Fi, maybe.
That would explain it. If you move away from it, you're doing something.
Yeah, well, I was down there and it seemed like it was okay, but if it's not, I will go off the Wi-Fi a minute. Hang on a minute. It should come right back. Let's see. I have to close. Hopefully I have everybody with me still. Give a thumbs up in chat if you're still here. I'm off the Wi-Fi now, so it should be on my own. Let's see. Actually, I think I might. There's my chat. Okay, see ya. There. Because I was down there when I was talking about, yep, no, you're still good. Okay, everything should be maybe better because now I'm on Norwegian phone service again. Let's see. For a minute you buffered out. Not that sharp. No, I was getting too close to the building, so that might be why. Because we were using on, it was picking up the Wi-Fi. I should have dropped the Wi-Fi. Forgot. I'm still here. Albert's in the store getting dinner and beer. PJ's here, by the way. Hope you're feeling well. I saw earlier you might not be feeling great. Oh, Carl.
Yes.
You're behind here. I'm just looking. Everybody's looking forward, but because it's a little hard to see us, maybe. No, not. Grilled sardines as a Norwegian. Was it an injustice or was it like the best thing on earth?
It wasn't the best thing on earth, but it was pretty good.
Yeah. What else was it? It was like blood orange. You had some other little tiny ingredients in there.
Yeah, but I don't know vegetables. But the vegetables were good too.
He ate we licked the fucking plates. No, and it was a sirloin steak we had, yeah?
Yeah.
A sirloin steak. And then for dessert we had the baked Alaska. Your first time ever having baked Alaska. I don't remember it looking like that when I had it on a cruise ship, but what did you think?
No, it's good. It's good. I don't know what to say about it.
Okay, so if you haven't had baked Alaska before, when we were in, actually maybe if we turn this way, it will be dark, but you'll have this cool background. When we had baked Alaska the first time, well, he wasn't here. I was on my way to Hawaii on a cruise ship, and it is supposed to be. Well, the thing that made me think of it is because back in the day when Sims just came out, very first time, you know, Sims is already 25 years old. When Sims first came out, you would know that your Sim had maxed the cooking skill because it could make a baked Alaska. It is basically a cake with ice cream baked inside, and the ice cream is still cold. And there's like this mousse type whipping on the outside. And the one we had, it was like this one. I mean, it's been so long ago, I can't remember. I remember I liked it, but I just know that the opportunity to have it is like next to nothing. But it was like a piece of cake, and it had the ice cream on it, so I don't know if it was sliced that way or not, like vanilla. Let's see. And you're not able to log into chat, are you? How far is it? Was that our room up there? I saw you playing with the curtains. Or was that somebody else?
I didn't touch the curtains at all. I just opened the door and put up stuff.
No, okay, then it wasn't you. Okay, I'm expecting it. Okay, I'm expecting it to glitch when we get closer to the Wi-Fi. So let's go in. You can watch. Pixelating, then I got stuck. It's back again. Okay, we're on the Wi-Fi again, and we're going in the building now because it's getting dark. But I'll be quiet while we walk past people that are eating and drinking. We'll follow the creepy guy. He knows where he's going. Let's see. Big cherry. There's a pup behind us, but they're dining. Oh, look at the nice jug. Yeah. It is homey. Yeah, they can see in there. We can try, maybe. Right now I'm not talking. There we are, number 2. I have not seen the room yet. Oh my God, it's so cute. Look. This is like probably the best hotel room we've had in all of London. Carl, stand next to that bed. It's practically thigh high for him. Yeah, it's a tall bed.
This is a normal hotel room. It's just that the ones in London and Leeds were tiny.
Yeah. Oh, they were really tiny in all of them. See what?
I'm going to use this.
You can't use the toilet. I gotta take a picture of it before you defile it. Get out. I want to show the cute little bathroom. Damn it, he's annoying. Okay, is the signal a little bit better now, or is it fluctuating? It's on me now. Do you need a light?
Yeah.
You can't pee in the dark?
I can, but it gives me less precision.
It was a pull cord light. Okay, so, yeah, no, it's really quite cute in here. But yeah, if it stays better, then we'll keep on. Because the problem is tomorrow the course is done at 4 o'clock, but we still have to get back to Swindon, which is about 30 minutes away, and a bus does go maybe every 3 hours, so might have to take a cab. Still have to book a hotel, just taking my shoes off. And then, so I have no idea what time we will get to Swindon tomorrow, but it's going to be later. And then on Sunday, we should be going back to London, and we're about 5.5 hours away from London. So that could take a minute. So we don't really know. That's kind of why we went with today. But we could try. We could always just do a surprise. It's on. So if you have your notifications on and you click the bell, subscribe and have your notification bell on, it would tell you suddenly that we're live. We can also try to do a real quick recap of our trip so far offline, maybe tomorrow at some point. And then, let's see, I'll tilt this up. There you go. Now you're properly looking up my nose. So we made it as far as Leeds. I was talking about the wonderful menu. The Norwegian had the grilled sardines and thought it was really good. It actually tasted like a little baby fried fish. And then I had pigtails, crispy pigtails. Those were good. Never had that before. Then we had the sirloin steak, medium rare. Both of us chose not to have a side. Did that intentionally because we wanted to have the baked Alaska, which is basically a cake with ice cream baked into it. But what they did is they took this marshmallow fluff and kind of covered it. And then, so it was like this little whip swirl on it. And then they flambe, what do they use? Take one of those blow torches and brown it. So it was like an ice cream cake and a toasty marshmallow at the same time. It was really quite good. Anyway, but I'm not sure if that's exactly what the baked Alaska I had on a cruise ship in 2006 was or not, but it was nice to have that again. Carl never had one before. He thought it was good. So cake instead of vegetables, absolutely. And I didn't realize it, but the girl there that was working there, she was trying to explain the menu because it wasn't all kind of lit. Oh, thank you. Audra tipped us. I didn't even know we had that turned on. And it's a happy unicorn. We bought Carl a beer. So he will have some to try in a minute. Anyway, then, so then we stayed overnight in Leeds, but everything was in walking distance. We saw this old church called St. John's Evangelist, and it's apparently from 1600s, and something that they did, which was quite cool, is there were a lot of, those big gravestones that are kind of flat and lay on the ground, kind of sarcophagus style. They had turned that into a walkway along a path, up path, and outside the whole church, and each one of these ones has an infant or a child who has died or was buried there. So I think the oldest one we saw was a 17-year-old kid. There could be other people buried in the same stone. For example, the mother was, or the grandmother was 76, but the kid was like, there was always a kid in the grave anyway, and we need to read more about that place, the St. John's Evangelist in Leeds. But it was quite cool. We didn't go in the church, didn't have time, but that was one of the places we walked around that was not expected. We took a fuck ton of pictures, and we found out we can do YouTube posts. I didn't know that. So we can post the pictures to YouTube. They're like square format. So we started doing those for the whole entire year. At least it would be like a picture a day every year. But we can post up to 5 days. There we go. I'll turn it down like that. We can post up to 5 posts, So we thought for the Leeds days, we're going to try, or the England days, we'll try to put in as many as we can. And there's something else we can figure out too. I just need to find, I'm going to give this to Carl because I need to find the stick so that we don't have to hold the gimbal. Because we found out last week that we could hit the green screen by accident.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, so we're gonna try it. If we can do the green screen, you can see the pictures we took. Tell them a little bit about the Royal Armouries, though, while I look for the stick. Because that one meant more to you than me. For me, it was like cool weapons, but for you, my God, you were like...
It's a museum without the boarding parts.
That's it? That's all you're gonna say?
Yeah, there are no...
5 floors of weapons and armories, and that's all you have to
There are
say
no
about it?
spinning wheels or...
There was some textile.
Yeah, you kind of have to have clothes on when you go to war. It's it's an annoying necessity. But it's
Stitch of the month. Yeah.
It's weapons
There it is.
from Bronze Age until basically yesterday.
I did take some textile pictures in the Royal Armouries. It was mostly Japanese, Chinese, Asian armor. Okay, so I don't know if we need a white wall for this or a plain wall, but let's find out. But Carl and I are gonna have to get out of the picture because the person will always be in it. So, let's see. Let's see how it goes if we turn this. Actually, we could almost turn the computer on too, and you could see it that way. But Carl, you have to be on the side here, maybe. And we can do, maybe it's that button. No, that's a highlight thing.
Maybe it's that button. I love the level of technical expertise we have.
No, we tested this when we were in Swindon. We tested it, but now I can only do a retouch, so I can make the lines go away on my face. We don't want to do that. We need all the lines. There's this thing, at least 1 minute of video is needed to start a highlight. Don't know what that is, so. Fuck me, it's gone. So, okay, get your books out. Carl has books. We have
They're in the green bag.
There they are. Okay, so Carl's going to show you the favorite pieces of armory that he had. The big elephant was my favorite one. That's the one that's on the cover. Here we go. I'll put it in the front so we can see. I'll sit next to him. Then it'll be the right way. Maybe it works now. I got another option suddenly. What's this thing? I'm just going to keep pushing buttons. No, that's flash. No, okay. Book, sit back further though so I don't slide off the bed. Hey, our blanket has a hole in it. Look at that.
It's for Mormons.
That's for, okay. All right, let's see. So there we are. I just have to look down. Okay, I'm seeing the chat, by the way. I just haven't been reading it out loud, but there's mostly how I've missed the eggplants. Charlotta has made Nikki very happy. So have you heard about, Maxis, have you heard of the dotaku? It's basically a metallic cast bell made during the Yayoi period from the Bronze Age, Iron Age in Japan. Do you know that one?
No,
or Iron Age?
I am not particularly up to date when it comes to what they did in the East.
We're going to have some homework for you then.
Times.
Okay.
This elephant armor, it's a mix of lamellar and chainmail.
I did take a close-up of it.
I believe it is Mogul, but I'm not entirely sure. I can check that in the actual book.
This I took a picture of, this first one. I was thinking about using that as a thumbnail. Something like this.
Yeah, you see they were more colorful before. They are a little bit faded now.
Yeah. But I like the elephant thing is huge. So I come to about here on the elephant. That thing was just awesome. So once I saw that one, I wasn't going to use a thumbnail. This I took a close-up picture of. You want to tell them what, let's see, holding a little bit there. Do you want to tell them what that is?
And that's tusk swords. You mount them on the tusks of the elephant to make him theoretically more efficient, but at least more terrifying on the battlefield.
I tried to get a picture of this thing, this high saddle that they had, but there was too much lens or glass flare. They don't have it very well lit in there, obviously, because flash photography and all that other kind of stuff will kind of ruin it. So it's kind of behind glass. So some things were not possible to film. Otherwise, all you'd see was a fat American with a gimbal and a little bit of that in the window. But yeah, let's see what else were going to show. I made you stop at the elephant because it was cool.
It's not Mughal, I think. It's from the late 16th. I don't know, that might make it...
Accounts from the 15th, 16th century mention charging war elephants wearing tusk swords.
This one in particular is from the 16th to late 16th to the 17th century.
Ah, okay. Let's see. Is the network still holding up? Because then we'll just keep going till I run out low on battery. Look at that outer tip dust. I didn't even know we had that set up. And it shows how much in Norwegian kroner too. Okay, this guy was cool. I did try to take a picture of him. It's a sword, probably about the length of Karl's arm.
The thing underneath it.
Should we do it? Yeah?
This thing that looks like a bell.
Yeah.
It's a Marmaluke hand cannon. So you basically hold it at the skinny part and
Yeah, he's
light
cute.
a fuse and it fires a cannonball about the size of your fist.
Holy crap.
I can't imagine the recoil on this thing would be anything less than
I was going to say,
terrifying.
wouldn't that have a bit of a kickback?
It would, unless you're holding it extremely steadily, it would probably break your wrist.
Uh-huh. This one, it was not very easy to photograph. I think all I could see was like his ass. And then, oh, no, wait, that's one of the ones that are mounted. Maybe I did see it. I tried to take a picture of this too. Oh, your favorite. Sorry. We have to go straight for the crossbow.
This thing is really fascinating. It's tiny. It's hard to see how small it is when
It was
you look at the picture, but
from
the
here to
length
here?
of it is a little bit more than my hand.
Oh,
Not more than that.
I thought it was slightly bigger than that.
But it's made out of all steel, and it's probably surprisingly powerful for its size. In one assassination plot in England, it is mentioned specifically that the assassin tried to use a small steel crossbow. And in Venice, the punishment for being caught with one of these while masked, and remember, Venice is famous for their carnivals and masquerade balls, so they are masked a lot of the time,
Yep.
was to have both hands cut off and then be thrown in prison for 6 years.
Well, nothing on a Tuesday. This was cool. So what you are doing is you are on the ground floor looking straight up in this little tower. Little tower, it's 5 floors. But this is straight up. So these are all, are they bayonets? These ones, no. Yeah.
Those are rifles.
Rifles. And then there's swords, but these are all like regular normal size. So
All of these are bayonets.
there,
All
yeah.
of these are bayonets. All of these are bayonets. So you see a lot of bayonets, but
So I tried to take a picture of this. There's like a hole in the ceiling here. I tried to take a picture of this, and the way to do it was to literally hold the hand of the phone flat like this and take it in selfie mode and hope to God that the middle was somewhere near the center of the picture. And I managed to get it, but it was really quite cool. And then you take this stairwell around the whole thing, and you can kind of poke your head in every once in a while.
there is also in the center of the ground floor, there is a mirror thing that lets you see the whole thing by looking straight ahead. But unfortunately, because it's free for the public, you get an enormous amount of school classes. And I can't help if they see a flat surface, I just have to finger all over it. So the mirror
Yeah, no, he had a
was
lot of
not-
pockmarks.
The
or
mirror was not
fingerprints.
exactly clear.
No, I did take a picture of it. It was almost like this big crystal. Let's see. Those are. This guy was doing a demonstration. Not like this, but this guy here. He played Norman. And there was another guy who was Saxon. And he was putting on a display of the Saxons versus Normans. And I think we were the only ones there rooting for the Normans. But it was very entertaining. So they were basically touched. Well, actually, you tell them what they were doing. This is more your field. I filmed it, though.
I wouldn't say that I was rooting for the Norman because we had 1066 here. It doesn't really matter if you're Saxon or Norman. Your grandfather was a Viking no matter what.
Okay.
So the question is if they are the descendants of Viking consistently banging French women or Vikings consistently banging English women.
Yeah.
That's the difference between a Saxon and a Viking in 1066.
Okay.
A Saxon and a Norman in 1066.
They did this wonderful display. Not only were they going through the weapons and fighting tactics, but also what they would be wearing. For example, his chainmail was split and he should be on a horse, but he said he couldn't get his horse into the elevator, so that's why he looked like this. They both had leg wrappings. Their helmets were somewhat similar, slightly different. He fought with a spear. The other guy had a sword and a shield, a round shield.
Yeah. They're really competent, and their
They were really good.
demonstration was not only two guys banging each other, it was...
Now, when you say banging,
You heard me, woman.
No, that's not what they were
They were
doing.
also-
There were like 3 classes there, Carl. That's not what they were doing.
They were also very good at
Well, they were involving their genitalia a little bit more than necessary, I would
Oh yeah, because that's actually not wrong. So because this guy has a nice split in his chainmail here, so he could sit on a horse. The other guy did not, but the one place the chainmail was not covering, including the helmets with chains on them, was right up between the legs. So that's what he was thinking of doing. Karen forgot the days of the week and streaming on a Friday. Yeah, no, we wanted to do it on a Saturday, but I would think whoops, my gimble's kind of turning out to restud it.
This is actually pretty good self-insight for Karin, because the
class she is going to tomorrow ends at what, 4 o'clock?
4 o'clock, and we have to get back to Swindon, and we're 30
And,
minutes out.
If you have a room full of textile ladies, and Karen is one of them,
Yep.
and they end what they are supposed to be doing at 4 o'clock, you'll probably see her around midnight.
See, I was being smart. We wanted this hotel tomorrow night too, but it was fully booked, so I could only get tonight. But I like the idea that we wake up 3 minutes away from the course instead of trying to figure out how to get out here at 10 o'clock. With public transportation is not possible because the bus only goes every 2-3 hours. And then I asked the guy when we got off the bus, by the way, we're standing like for 2 hours waiting for the bus to come, and there's nothing else to do really in the area except for get yourself a beer, by the way, Carl. Go get yourself a beer. Nothing else to do, so we're seeing double-decker bus, city bus, lots and lots. Most of them are actually double-decker buses, and they're all kind of coming and pulling up to these ports. People are boarding. By the way, England is extremely good at queuing up to get on these buses, and so they do. So then we're getting close to it. Our bus should be in about 13 minutes, so we go and stand by our little bay, as it was called, and the short bus pulls up. That's our bus. We got on the short bus. So many people come out here that they only needed a 15-seater.
Yeah. And in addition to us, there were only 3 other people on the bus.
Yeah, no, the guy
And
only had to
one of
remember.
them left almost immediately.
And I told Carl, I said, hopefully he remembers which stop we bought, because there's only 4 people, only 4 stops on the bus. There was Carl and I were one person, and the other 3 were individual. And yes, you heard me. And apparently he did. So it's a good thing he remembers, because anywhere on that little short bus was there a button to push to stop. And how would you know where to stop anyway? It's not like you can see the bus stops. It's not like next station, Idstone. Next station, Rectory something. Bishop, Whitley, Hatley. I don't know. There was a whole bunch of different ones. Oh, yeah. You got to show this. Get yourself a beer, though, Carl.
This is one of my favorite things in the Royal Army.
This was cool.
It's a gift from Maximilian I to Henry VIII. And this is in the time when glasses first start to appear. And they are associated by being very intelligent. So he gave him glasses, but he also wants him to look as terrifying as possible. So that's why you have the stupid smile and the horns. And this is an actual helmet for Henry VIII. So when somebody
Horns, they say.
So when somebody says horned helmets are not a thing, then just show them this, or show them the samurai helmet with the big antlers on it. Let's see if I have a picture of that here.
Anne says, you guys are so distracting unpicking the Samir. I'm sorry, we'll go back to the dodgy Wi-Fi. Would that make you feel better? This I took a close-up, textile ladies and men. I took a close-up of the stitching to see that thing. It was quite cool. Tomorrow is, this one I tried to take a little bit of a close-up on that there too. That guy was hard to see behind the glass.
Yeah, but he's not wearing horns. There was one like that, but with enormous cow horns.
Cow horns? Oh, yeah! There was one that had like the 2 big metal thing. I'm picking the same stitch for me for the 5th time, says Anne. Now we'll have
not
to.
exactly horns, but
No, they were feathers, but that one had like
similar.
really exaggerated metal. It was like the metal went like this.
Yeah.
But I did take a picture of that guy. We could try briefly doing a live tomorrow if we can get the green screen thing to work, but I'm not exactly sure. It popped up, and then it won't do it now, but it was weird. It was an option anyway, but it was quite cool. So we have to figure out when we have that and when we don't have that option, or if there's a button I need to push for it. Hey, Roger. Look how many people made it on a Friday. I'm kind of impressed because it was I just didn't think we'd make it tomorrow. Yes, this is the one you liked. And why did you like it?
Because of the mechanics of it. It's a pretty weak crossbow, but it shoots so fast. The arrows drop from the magazine. There is no spring or anything. They are just kind of stacked on top of each other. And you see the little handle on the back that is kind of tilted upwards. Every time you push that all the way forward, an arrow is fired.
This way, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's as fast as you can push it. So you can shoot very quickly with this thing. But because you have to pull the whole weight of the string with every push forward, it's not that powerful. Compared to a European crossbow, it's not powerful at all. But the ability to fire like 20 arrows and the time it takes to fire one with the European one.
Audra says, is it semi-automatic? I guess that would.
It's actually, yes, it's actually semi-automatic.
Because if it drops in, yeah?
Yeah. It fires every time you pull the trigger. You could... I can't see how to make it fully automatic, but you could probably do it with an electrical engine or something.
I did take a picture this way into it. I'm gonna have to get them posted. We found it whenever we open down the membership thing anyway, it'll be like a members thing that you can look through all the pictures you want that we took, up to 5 a day. Or up to 5 per post, although right now I think we would do several posts in one day just to get through these. I thought this was cool. Go back one. This guy.
The Kokri or the Chris?
No, this one.
The Kokri.
Yeah. Is that like bone carved or ivory, that handle?
I would assume probably ivory.
It was quite cool. You liked the Chris.
Well, I like both of them. They are very fascinating weapons.
There was another one who had a Chris, though, and I took a picture of it, or I tried to. It was a little bit more accentuated, the waves, and it also had little spikes sticking out.
That, aside from
PJ
the fact
says
that it is absolutely impossible to sharpen, you also have the problem that you can't really cut with it because it will snag every time you hit something. It won't be pleasant for the thing being hit, but you will do more damage if you can deliver a proper cut.
Yeah. Sorry. Swallow spit the wrong way. Here's another little cute guy. He seems very happy to see you. No. Say hello to his little friend. No. But this, tell me about this spear with this weird shark-looking thing.
There is possibly a sensible explanation for it, but I would never ever design anything this way.
I don't know if you can see it off the glare.
Because if you have a spike like that, the purpose of the spike is to punch through armor. And if you have one spike, the entire force of your motion goes into that spike.
Oh, wow.
If you have 2 spikes, half of your force goes to the other spike. So it's either 2 wasp bites or one proper delivery. So I don't think this would be effective for that purpose. Which indicates to me that it might be made for some other purpose. Because people are generally not stupid when it comes to weapons.
No.
So, but I don't know what purpose it serves, because it would be horrible at punching through armor.
Oh, yeah, no, I can see that. By the way, PJ said she's got a kukri, if I'm pronouncing that right. It was a retirement present given to a retiring police commissioner somewhere in India in the 50s. There's a message engraved, not very deeply, on the blade, but it's a real kukri that's been in use. Maybe for the hunt, says Garcia.
Maybe.
Yeah. Sorry. Let's see if I can tilt this down so I can put my arm better. Yeah. Do you remember I was telling you about those spears that came from, was it Japan?
The shiny ones.
The shiny ones. There was something really cool about this, and I tried to take a close-up photo of it. And I believe it shows up on the photo.
Yeah, there are many,
These, maybe? Go back one.
I don't think they have.
No, that's not it, but that's somewhat similar.
No, it's completely different.
No, but by picture-wise. Okay, so...
Gold inlay on wood.
Yeah, so if you don't have the spear, if we can't find the actual spear, you see these little flecks? Imagine all of those little flecks were mother of pearl, pieces of shell, the shiny part that was on the spear. This is obviously not a spear. But they had bedazzled the crap out of it, and it looked really cool. But just because the length of that thing was taller than Karl, or longer than Karl if he was laying down, maybe 1.5 Karls, it could have like a big Q-tip on one end of it made out of this gold stuff. And then it had like a iron at the point, I think. But all those little glitter bomb things were little pieces of mother of pearl, which were probably 3 of them would fit on my fingernail there, my little finger.
Yeah, no, the Japanese spearheads are actually pretty good.
That's a lot of work that went into that thing.
A design they use on spearheads is like a 3-sided diamond.
Yeah.
So instead of having 2 sides like a typical European sword, spear, or 4 sides for stabbing, as you have on some swords and some spears in Europe,
Yeah.
it has 3. And a reasoning for having 3 is that you don't have to, instead of cutting 4 grooves as you have with the 4-sided tip, you only cut 3, but you have the same mass behind it.
There you are.
So it's better for armor penetration than the European ones. But how good your spare tips are doesn't really help you much when you absolutely insist on over engineering your spare shaft by gluing tiny little pieces of shell to the entire length of it.
Yeah.
So it's more important to be shiny than to be effective in
Well, I think so.
Japan, clearly.
But it was quite cool to see. You got another book, if you want to bring that out. We have to keep a little bit eye on the time because at 7:45 we booked a table. So basically because they're only serving until 8:30, so we didn't have much room for. And if you don't get that, you're screwed. There's nowhere else to eat. Although we have a little bag of beef jerky over there. That could be good. Dinner. If we don't make it, we're eating that. There we go. I do have my needle binding with me. I can show it if you want to see the stitch of the month one more time, but I have not made it further than last week.
This one I've been looking for back and forth from time to time, and it strikes me as bloody embarrassing that I didn't think of looking for it in the Royal Armouries gift shop, because it's a Royal Armouries book.
Is that the Cross of Malta, asks Roger.
It looks like it. It's a little bit chunkier than the typical Maltese cross, but this book is the Tower of London fact
Yeah, I'll
book,
show again then, Nikki.
MS I-33. It's the oldest European fencing manual that exists, and it has these really cool illustrations. It is sword versus buckler, and it's written in Latin with short descriptions. The problem with it, and thankfully I don't have to do all this legwork because smart people have already done it, is that it is not written for beginning fencers. It's written for people with a lot of fencing experience, nobles and mercenaries in the late 1200s.
Yeah, sorry.
So they already know the terminologies that he's using. He always has a priest and another guy. So in the explanation, it is always, in this fight, the priest has to consider where his legs are.
Also, I noticed that you see, like, there's a hole here and a hole there in the original, because you said they kind of pieced them together. But when he flips the page, the hole, you know, just as if it was there, this one is here. So it's a little harder to see. But there were some other ones where there's like a corner of the page missing. It's more obvious there's a hole here. You had a comment about that, though.
Yeah, I have. This is what the manuscript looks like today.
Look how happy they are killing each other. See, I mean, it's no problem. A little bit of blood everywhere, but, you know, they're just smiling and happy.
I don't think that is supposed to be blood. I think it's just...
What, did they have, like, a 2-year-old color the book for them?
I think it is a product of decomposition of the parchment or something like that.
Yeah, maybe.
Because even when he can justify blood, like here, he doesn't usually do it.
No. Sorry, I gotta tilt this thing downwards. There we go. Sorry, I'll get there, guys. I'm, like, literally shoving this up Carl's nose to see it. Okay, find me another one. I gotta say, there is no ball protection on this thing. Although that one looks like a Moomy, not a Moomy troll, but an elf or something with a hood up like that. And we were noticing in the armories too that some of these shields on their bosses have this little tip that pokes out and some much further.
That's one area where reenactment fighting kind of destroys your image of what things would have actually looked like.
Yeah.
Because aggressive bucklers, aggressive shield bosses were pretty common, at least right before and right after the Viking Age, and some were still in use in the Viking Age. But because of obvious reasons, we can't use them when we are doing reenactment fighting because it... Yeah, here's a perfect example.
There. Although this one was much smaller, but some of them were quite big.
This one comes out kind of like a nipple with a big protuberance on it.
It's a very happy nipple.
And the idea is that if you catch your opponent's sword in that groove,
see there maybe,
you can control his weapon and then stamp that spike into either him or his shield.
Like under there.
Because if you get that spike into his shield, you can control his shield in addition to already controlling his weapon. And you still have your weapon free because both are controlled by this thing.
Tell me about this big ass.
That's not. It's science fiction. It's.
I took a picture of it. Yeah, it was in
the movie
the
prop.
It was in. There was a little section dedicated to movie props.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And the pulse.
And they had like the Wild West.
Definitely goes in the category of movie props.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that has been one of these days, but.
Okay, we're gonna move through the show and tell here. We found the Warhammer shop, a shop that wasn't just geek and gaming, but 100% even called Warhammer. And what'd you get?
Yeah, I got a lot of Warhammer stuff, obviously.
And then when we were in Leeds and walking down the road, we just happened to see another Warhammer. So show us what you got.
Well,
not all of that is Warhammer. We also went to Orc's Nest, which is a role-playing gaming store.
It's for another game. It's more Björnarbeid than anything else. But it's a starter set for a World War II miniature game, kind of like Warhammer.
Rodisby says, laugh out loud, all those medieval weapons and then sci-fi movie prop. They did, from the Wild Wild West. What else was the other movies? The other ones they had shown there?
They had some actual movie props from the old... what is it, 60 League Beneath the Sea.
Oh, yeah. They had, God, what's his name?
Nemo's gun.
Captain Nemo's gun, yeah. And then there was, they also had some Al Capone type of things, but that's not a movie, that was actual.
I basically ran through that section. I don't have time for that when I have actual...
I just took a picture of a couple of the ridiculous looking ones because they were so ridiculous they were cool.
Yeah, but you have... This book has a lot of the coolest things, but there are some really insane stuff that is not in the book, but we took pictures of. Like the volley gun, for instance.
You know, one of these days when we do the live, the little button to push the green screen kind of thing so that you can show your pictures will be on there. And then the shift will suddenly change. Okay, happy Nalbinding. Let's look at the Royal Armouries of March 2025. And we'll suddenly be flipping through there. But anyway, yes, what kill team did you get? I see you got a kill team.
I didn't get a kill team.
It says kill team on it. That's what has to be.
Equipment for.
But we can't see it from down there. Pick it up. Thank you.
This is not particularly interesting, even for people who play kill team.
It is for people like me who have no idea.
Okay.
Okay.
So
you got these
kill team
little.
Used to have these measuring things with colors and shapes on them.
Yeah.
So move black triangle forward.
Okay.
Which means 1 inch. So now they have dropped the stupid shapes and now it just says 1 inch, 2 inches, 3 inches.
Oh, so it's like a kill team ruler.
It's, yes.
A Warhammer ruler. Okay, glad we don't sew by that.
Is,
these are kind of cool.
Other equipment that you will bring into a kill team battle.
But you have to assemble and then paint them.
Of course.
Yeah.
Like barricades, smoke grenades, a ladder, a radio, and some other things.
What about the guy down there on the trike?
I have no idea. Oh, yeah. That's just an orc. An orc with a...
I want to see. There we go. Are you going to build or... I have to paint that? I would love to paint that thing.
Yeah, you can. No, I don't see any problem with that.
Death Killer War Trike.
But
I called it...
buying more orcs before I paint the ones I have. And
Then you got
on
another
your
book.
insistence, I bought all these skulls.
Yes, because you had to, because Torben was painting his kill team, which is supposed to fight your kill team. And what he thought is there's a lot of orc skulls in here. So he bought this whole container with different skulls, and he mounts them at the base of his characters so that he can say, hey, look, Carl, I'm standing on your skulls. Reese says, I see that Carl is dressed up as a waffle today. Oh, yeah, no, that was like pure American shopping at Target. And he looks so good in an orange waffle that I wanted to get him a second one, but they were sold out.
I have two of these. I'm pretty sure.
Did I get you a second one? I was going to look for one because the color was really good on you.
I really think about
Yeah, no, so Carl makes a really pretty waffle. He did. And notice he doesn't have a hat on his head today, too. He's just letting his hair... Can you shake your hair and say, Fordi jeg fortjener det?
Nope.
Parce que vous jouez le bouillon? Because I'm worth it? No?
That's not happening.
Damn it, I tried.
That's a donation goal for you.
Donation. Have a skull. It's a donation goal. With the right donation, Carl will have to shake his head and say, because I'm worth it. What else did you get, Carl? I'll show you what I got.
Kind of running out of interesting things.
Yeah. I got one interesting thing. Okay, but actually the one I got was in Norway, which is a yarn store in Voss. There's one right next to the train station. Or when you come to Bergen. No, yeah, right when you get to Bergen, there's a train station, and they have a really good selection of yarn in there. You wouldn't know because when you walk in, it looks like a little shoebox, but when you get in there, it's actually pretty big. Let's see, I put that in the front of my bag. Careful with that. Oh, that's where all the books are in, yeah. We got kids' books.
Where is the bear?
The beer is in your bag, because your bag doesn't have books in it. So I bought one skein of yarn because I wanted to try it. Naturally, I put it in the bag with the Velcro part. Let's see. If I turn the camera down, you can see it's actually looking very yellow here, but the light is a bit yellow, so it's yellow, but it's not as washed out as it looks on this picture. If I find a white orc, maybe?
Should we try the Jamaican one?
Yeah, try a Jamaican one. Oh, this was the postcard we bought because that guy was so cool. Okay, so white. Now you can see the color a little bit better.
I'm not carrying a knife or a skammarsats.
How are you going to open your beer?
Land me in jail over here.
Hand me your beer before you drink it. We found Carl some dragon stout to try. Where is this from? Oh, it's Jamaican. It says original Jamaican. And this is 7.5%. So, and it's a stout. So this should be interesting. So Carl's going to try a dragon stout in a coffee cup. No, and he just has to find it. We have to see how he manages to open it here. There we go. Because you don't have a key. You don't have a knife. What are you gonna do?
English people, your fear of weapons are getting a little bit silly. I don't know how to open a bear with a spoon.
Do you like sour beers, by the way? No, me, did you do it? Yeah? Okay, whoops, there.
I think the spoon is going to lose this fight.
Oh, careful. What about a coat hanger?
I will kill the spoon.
Yeah, don't kill the spoon. If only we were upstairs from a pub. But worst case scenario, you have to drink it on Sunday. What about the key thing? You have your own keys. Where there's a will, there's a way.
Well, just to make a mockery out of the English gun laws, I'm using the key to my gun safe.
Can you make it work? Fail. I don't think he's gonna make it work.
I need a Jamaican.
It is the quietest chat ever right now. I just want you to know everybody's on bated breath trying to see if you can open that damn thing. So the gun safe key didn't work. You're onto the house key?
I'm onto one of the many girls' keys.
Work key. Oh, I hear some gas escaping.
Well,
He did it! He did it! And he's going to be drinking it in an appropriate... Oh, actually, Carl, they do have glasses if you want instead of the coffee mug.
Do they also have a bear opener?
Yay,
over there?
there's some cheering. Yeah, there was a bottle opener right here. No, there wasn't. So we can see the color of it a little bit better. There was some cheering, by the way. I have to see. He only has 15 minutes to drink it, said PJ. Oh, that's not a problem. That is why I have a bottle opener on my keychain. We used to have one like that. It just looks like a little flat chunk of metal with like an opening on it. The color is nice and dark.
And it smells like it's
Yeah, they noticed that immediately. Router immediately says too, nice color. What do you think? It didn't leave any foam on your mustache. I'm kind of disappointed.
It's a stout.
Do the Jamaicans know how to do it?
Yeah, the Jamaicans know how to make
The
that.
Jamaicans? The Jamaican? It can? Get it? Oh, God.
Oh, man.
I'm showing off my yarn while Carl drinks it. Okay, so this is, I did take a picture of the yarn and I'll post it. It's all over the place. I also posted on Blue Sky that, yes, you can bring a needle binding needle on the airplane. I even filmed myself on the airplane, although I deliberately brought one that isn't sharp. I actually brought 3 needles with me and none of them were taken away. One is the bone one that I usually use. This one used to be longer, but because the wood started splitting, it's had to lose about that much length, and it's quite wide at the base. So I'm doing off slow F2 with this yarn. It is called Esauger Tweed. I don't think I have the little on me, but I'll bring it out next time. Esauger Tweed anyway, but when I was doing Oslo, it looked a little bit... This is from William Solberger, the one that I don't think he's making needles anymore. He had a illness in the family, and then he bought a really nice car, and so I don't know how much Viking he's doing anymore, but he's doing a lot of convertible driving around Norway with...
Just a little more about the curiosity. How strong is this?
7.5% on your Jamaican over there.
Yeah.
See, the Jamaicans. Okay, fine. Anyway, so this one is, it's cold on a motorcycle bike. Now he's got it was a convertible, I think Mercedes or BMW or whatever the hell he's got. So he's living his best pensionist years now. Big car groups driving around. They do rallies, is what you call it. Anyway, but this was it's just awesome here. But I did F2, so to make it a little bit more denser because it was looking kind of loose. You can see, maybe if I turn it this way and up, you can see it's a little on the loose side, but using F2 helped that out a bit. So it's not a very thick head. I would say this is more summery, but it was really nice. But it is, even though the store is Norwegian, this one is Irish. I think I have it. Maybe see if I can find it. That is not the stitch month, but well, maybe it's hard to find. I think it was 124 kroner in Norway for that, and it's 100 gram skein. And you can see I'm actually pretty close to finishing this hat, and I have this much left, so I probably will get maybe some pulse warmers, if not wrist warmers, out of it. We'll see, but it's very nice colors they have. Some of their bluer and grayer tweeds have little red flecks in them, so if you don't want red to show up in it, then you'd probably want to stick with the yellows. Okay, it is not in that pocket. I have one more pocket it might be in. The pocket of receipts. But Esauger tweed. Oh, and we found one of these for Raymond. His is a little bit smaller, though. This was the bunny. It turns out Anders Hovland, the guy with all the tattoos, that does the jewelry and such in the village, he had one. He knew exactly what the Volan bunny was, and ran home and got one, and it was a really nice price for him, so we just sent it off to Raymond because we missed him last week, and because, I mean, how often do you hear about a Viking bunny? Carl's, oh, there it is. Okay, not the bunny, but it is... Esauger is the name. You do like the Esauger brand, many pretty colors, but haven't tried needle binding with it. Yeah, no, it's a pretty solid Lopi, this one. So it worked out okay. My splicing had to be a little bit more better than it was, but I didn't fuzz up the ends. I just literally overlapped them and spliced, but it is 100% wool. It is, oops, sorry. Made in Ireland. I wanted to try it to see if we could get it for the store, and as soon as I saw Made in Ireland, I think, okay, I should not order it for the store because people don't come to a Viking village to buy Irish wool. They want Norwegian wool. But that's what this one is, Aran tweed. Aran
I
weight.
don't think the Vikings would flinch off Irish wool.
No, but the Americans that come over to buy Norwegian wool and find out it's all Irish is not probably the...
Yeah, but if you buy anything from a Viking, you should expect this to be stolen from the Irish.
But you can go to ull.no, and it's under yarn or garn, as it's called, and you can find it. But I'm sure if you just look up Isager tweed, you'll be able to see all the colors they have. So I got one to try it. It basically is going to be 124 kroner for a hat and a pair of at least Polvijärvis. Maybe if I'm lucky, I get a little higher. So I'm looking forward to that. Okay, then I got to do the stitch of the month real quick.
Are you planning to go enormously overtime today?
No, 7:45 is our lunchtime, our dinner time. What time is it?
No idea. My
Seven-
phone is also flat.
7:45 local time. My computer's in the back here. Just turn it on until you can see a time. So this was the stitch of the month. As you can see, I did not get very far. If you find firstborn Space Marines, I will pay you if you can get them, Karen, says Albert. So let me know if you see it. Rauma is Norwegian, yeah. Rauma, that is a Norwegian brand. It's really nice wool. I needlepoint with a Santa hat with their fin ull, which means fine wool, last year.
I'm
Says
not an expert on Space Marines.
Isager Jensen's I haven't tried. I have to try that one.
Ask him if he means Space Marines before I went over to the Primaris thing.
Did you hear him, Albert? Okay. I did transport my needles on the plane in the cigar case thingy. I don't know if it's a cigar case.
Is Norwegian or English?
That's English, so we got 10 minutes. Okay. Or I mean, that's Norwegian, so English would be 9:35. That was one of the confusions too. Is my computer and my computer and my phone are two different times. Those are the needles plus the one I showed you that I brought on the plane in the case was no problem. Meanwhile, rocket scientists over here. Let's see. Where are you, Carl? Let's see. We need to have him on camera for this front center.
I'm going out for a cigarette.
What did you have in your bag that got taken away?
A nice coffee that I overlooked from my last trip to Salja.
10-day-old iced coffee in his bag. He thought he was going to take that under the plane with him. How'd that work out for you, Carl?
I lost a 10-day-old iced coffee.
Yeah. Usually I will buy a bottle of water with the little sports cap on it from Insdal, because this stuff is like the American stuff. This is the British one. It's like really... Anyway, because you could just take off the cap and you refill it. So I bought one when we got to the airport, drank up the whole thing within the 4 hours we were there. Then I put it in the bin so the guy could see that it was empty with my suitcase and everything else. And as everything comes through, the only thing that does not is the bottle. I think they thought I was giving it to him to throw away. So I was very disappointed I have to go around with this flimsy-ass bottle. Anyhow. Okay. Let's see.
I'm going out for a cigarette.
Yeah. You better hurry up if you want to say goodbye. Oh, Carl says, oh, Drush, I think you disappointed her with your iced coffee. You will need this big, it's huge. You might need it to get back in after 11 o'clock, you will. Okay, so anyway, let's play with this stitch. And of course, I'm going to have to take off a piece of yarn and splice it, but I don't think I have time for that. I turn it inside out for some reason when I store it, and I think it's because if it gets felted, I'd rather it accidentally gets felted on the wrong side, or cat hair. So this will go this way. It's a really nice piece of fabric, though, this. Then we'll unpick a bit, and we'll see if we can't get you to do this one, Nikki. If you can do Russian 1 + 1 + 1, which is Dalby. If you can manage the Dalby stitch, you can manage this one. It's just the hard part is keeping track of your loops. So I wonder if this light is on. Maybe if I do this button, that did absolutely nothing. What about this button? That did something. Okay. So your loop order is going to be the big thing. By the way, my course tomorrow is with Sally Pointer. If you're wondering, look her up on YouTube. She has wonderful videos in cord crafts. So they are going to learn how to do loop and twist needle binding, I believe, and maybe simple looping and maybe a third one. They'll also learn how to make their own needle. I will happily make my own needle. I think it's out of antler. And then they will learn how to make the cord. I mostly want to get everything she knows about making cords out of plant fiber. Because everything I know about stinging nettles is from her. So it's nice to see. She's an archaeologist, I believe. So you get it from the master there. Okay, so if you look at the top, this will be easier to see on the yellow one, I can see. Let's see. These are your end loops. So you've got the end one is one. Oops, your first loop from the thumb. Then you follow here. This is your second loop. It looks, yeah, I see I have a splice here, so it looks like two, but this is actually one loop. That's your third loop from the end, fourth loop, and fifth loop. You're going to be working over 5 loops on this stitch. But where you pick them up is not from here. You pick them up on this side. So there would be 1, 2, this would be the third one. On this side of this little middle part, that's where you're picking up your loops on the back of your thumb. Okay, so if I take the 5 loops, first one goes on my thumb. I only need 1 on my thumb for this one because it's 1 + 2 + 2, and they're counting in reverse. So 1 on my thumb. And then you're going to the next, let's see, 2 is this one, 3 is this one, 4 is that one, and 5 is that one. So those are my loops, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But I'm picking them up from, there's the middle. I'm picking them up on this side of the middle. So 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And because it's 2 + 1 + 2 + 2, 1 stays on the thumb. These 2 are going to go behind the third set of 2. Those 2, and then you go back and pick up the second set of 2 again this way. So another way you could do it is to lift the first set of 2s and put them on your finger. See, there was the 1, and then there's the first set of 2s, and then pick up the last set of 2 going towards you, and then go back and pick those up. And then go under the one that was on your thumb. So if I do that all together so it doesn't look like a jumbled mess, I decided to go F2 on this, make it a little denser. So 1 new one, 1 old one from the front. Skipping those 2, going first 2, pick up the back 2, go back through the first 2, and then the one that's on your thumb. You go under that and under your leader yarn. And that's Dalby. It's tricky because it's a lot of loops to manage, but the most important thing is to not mix up your loops. So if you're not sure, give your loop a little tug and see which one moves here. So there's 1, 2, this happens a lot. Is it this one my second one, or is this one my second one? So I have to actually see where it moves. That's my second one. And that's my, oh, maybe not. Let me see. Nope, I have it backwards. That's why. Okay, I had to look around in front of the gimbal. Okay, now it's in the right order. So that's the thing you don't want to mix up is your order. So F2, tighten a little bit. F2, pick up the first set of 2, go behind the next set of 2, go back through the first set of 2, and then under the 1. Ta-da! So that is the stitch of the month. I will choose something a little bit simpler for April. PH is right, you need to go. I was just thinking about that too. You don't want to have to go searching in the supermarket for cold pies or something like that. No, we don't, and we do have to be going down. Get your last beer, Carl. You're not drinking it now, but I'll show them what it is that you got because we're not taking it home. Don't sit on my computer, I'll kill you.
Yeah, no, that was the Polish one, right?
Yeah, we got a Polish one too. It's in the, it's in your suitcase. Isn't it in here? Did you take it out? I put them both in here.
Right. It's in the suitcase.
And then Carl found a Duvel to have in Leeds, but hasn't drank it yet. Oh, that's my suitcase. Your suitcase is where? It's good they're watching the clock for us. They also watched the visas for us too, so we didn't get screwed. Okay, that's what Carl got. And the lady at the store pronounced it, and I can't remember how she said it, but like Karpatchki or something. 9%.
but she was Indian, so I'm not sure. If
I know, but
knows
she
how
did
to
really well at
pronounce-
pronouncing Polish. So this is the beer Carl will try either tomorrow or later today. But the bar is open, so we're gonna have to go and hang out. Okay, so we can try to make a little short video tomorrow while we're running around, and then just post it later about how our trip went so far. The things that got cut off at the beginning. Bye. It should be Saturday next week for sure. Saturday 6:30 next week. So we'll be back on track. But if we'll try to post something if we get a chance to before then, a little bonus. Okay, see you.